Kemi Badenoch has criticized Sir Keir Starmer for allegedly choosing the mob over the interests of the United Kingdom, particularly in light of the government's decision to suspend certain arms exports to Israel. Badenoch, who previously held the position of Trade Secretary, claims that the suspension of approximately 30 out of 350 arms licenses is a political move rather than a legal one, as Starmer suggested. While the Prime Minister has insisted that the suspension is based on legal obligations, not policy, Badenoch argues otherwise. She asserts that the decision was driven by political motives and accuses Starmer of politicizing the law for his own ends. She expressed concern that the suspension undermines the UK's stance in the global fight against adversaries like Iran and its proxies. Badenoch further explained that, during her tenure as Trade Secretary, she reviewed the legal advice regarding arms licenses and found no definitive judgment that would necessitate the suspension. She questions why the licenses were revoked without a clear legal basis, particularly when no conclusive judgment had been reached on Israel's conduct during the Gaza conflict. She also highlighted the importance of the UK's defense industry, warning that political interference in arms licenses could harm national security and weaken the economy. Badenoch went on to accuse Starmer of upsetting key allies, such as the United States, and criticized the timing of the decision, which coincided with the news of 6 Israeli hostages being murdered by Hamas. In defense of the suspension, Sir Keir Starmer emphasized the need to uphold international law and argued that the decision aligns with the legal framework established by previous governments. He reiterated that the move is a legal requirement, not a policy shift, and reaffirmed the UK's support for Israel's right to self-defense. However, the decision has faced backlash, with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu condemning it as shameful, and some conservative leaders expressing concern that it could hinder efforts to secure the release of hostages held by Hamas.